As you guys know, I like to make videos of all the fun facts to be found in the Star Wars novels. Unfortunately, I didn't start that until the Aftermath books, and there are a handful I just don't have time to read again. Fortunately, my friend MarvelStarWars, who writes blog posts of the fun facts, is helping me out with the older books. I'll link to his post in the description, but today we're going through all the fun facts, references, connections, and Easter eggs he found in the book A New Dawn by John Jackson Miller. The quote from the Emperor used on the back of the book, which reads, "The war is over, the Separatists have been defeated, and the Jedi Rebellion has been foiled. We stand on the threshold of a new beginning," was in the script for Revenge of the Sith, but was cut. It was included in the Dark Horse comic adaptation. As the very first canon novel, A New Dawn was important in deciding what terms and ideas from Legends would be carried over into canon. Some things carried over without change were CAF, or the basic geographical terms for the galaxy. One thing consciously excluded was the term refresher for bathrooms, though it has been used by other canon works since. According to the author, John Jackson Miller, the reason that the version of Obi-Wan's message warning Jedi to stay away from the temple differs from the version in Star Wars Rebels is that the message was sent out in different forms. The one in the novel is basically the text version of the message seen in the show. The book introduces the character of Rey Sloane to Star Wars, a character that became very important starting with the Aftermath trilogy. She was one of the protagonists in those books and ended up being a key figure in the fall of the Empire and the creation of the First Order. John Jackson Miller said that he thought she was a character that could recur and become important, and that he let Del Rey and Lucasfilm know that. Thorolide, an important metal in the book, only appeared once before in the Knights of the Old Republic comic, also written by John Jackson Miller. The process of mining thorolide from comets mentioned in the book was seen in that comic. Sloane thinks about having once heard the voice of Darth Vader. John Jackson Miller would later write a short story set years before A New Dawn where Sloane encounters Darth Vader during the events of the book Lords of the Sith. The volatile chemical compound beradium goes all the way back to West End Games Guides, and John Jackson Miller previously used it in the Knight Errant comics. The character Baron Lero Danth of Coralag and his droid factories are a reference to Danth Artifice, a droid technology corporation on Coralag from Legends first referenced in Adventure Journal 7 and mentioned in the Darth Plagueis book. Sloane's homeworld of Ganthel also comes from Adventure Journal 7, where it was mentioned in passing. Xenoboric acid originally came from a Jabba the Hutt comic, but was also used by John Jackson Miller in the Knights of the Old Republic comic series in the same arc that introduced Thorolide. The planet War Tandel is mentioned as a possible destination by Kanan. It first came from West End Games Guides and was also used in Knights of the Old Republic number 42. The book's antagonist, Count Vidian, reveals that his skin graft is cortosis mesh. Cortosis is a rare metal resistant to lightsabers and blasters dating back to iJedi. It was recently used more heavily in Thrawn alliances. Near the end of the book, Sloane is served by a GG-class serving droid, which John Jackson Miller created for the Knights of the Old Republic comics and also used in the Kenobi novel. The world Zaluna settles on at the end of the book is unnamed, but John Jackson Miller hinted that it might be the same unnamed world that Villia Calamandra had a similar home and garden on in his previous Legends novel Knight Errant, set 1,000 years before A New Dawn. And those are all the facts that MarvelStarWars pulled out of the book. Again, if you want to read his actual blog post or look through the rest of his very informational blog, I linked to it in the description, so please go check it out. If you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and consider checking out our Patreon page. As always, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.